What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 9, Episode 19. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you like this video. All my social media is in the description box. Look, we're almost at the end of this season. And this episode, they really could have kept because it ain't a whole lot here. I guess, without Lisa Vanderpump, I guess they just don't have a whole lot going on. And again, on one hand, I'm cool with not having an argument every episode, but on the other hand, don't make one argument last for 3 episodes either. You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't nothing there, it just ain't nothing there. We pick up where the ladies are still in Provence. They're going to a winery that day. Erica Jane wakes up. She has a migraine. Now look, anybody who has suffered, and she said a mild migraine, okay? Anyone who has suffered from migraines, which I used to suffer from migraines when I was younger, migraines can run the gamut, right? Migraines can be anything from just a really, really, really bad headache all the way up to turn the lights out, I'm vomiting, I need medication, I can't move. My head will not allow me to move off of this pillow, right? And I've run the gamut. And that's why when people say I have a migraine, I'm like, do you have a migraine or do you have a headache? Because there's a big difference. So Erica is letting the ladies know off the break, look, I don't feel too well, I have a migraine. Now, in true Erica Jane fashion, she was like, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm okay. She ain't giving them too much. She did tell them she wasn't feeling well. So, and the reason why I'm bringing all that up because it comes back later on in the episode. Then we have to visit Denise and Camille, and it is heartbreaking. Denise got lucky. Her house was not destroyed, but literally like across the street. And she said basically all it took was for one of the houses on her street to catch fire, and it would have probably spread, and it would have gotten her house. So thank God she got out. Her kids got out. Um, and she's very thankful. I mean, she's not taking any of it for granted, and her husband very much understand. And as they were driving through, I mean, she was like, "Our community is destroyed." I mean, it was just emptiness everywhere, and it was hard to know what was there before, but you have to assume it was houses and things, but it's just barren. It is just all open and barren land. On the other hand, Camille did not. Her house was destroyed. It looks like the structure is still there, but pretty much it's gutted. Her daughter's room is destroyed. We can see parts of the kitchen. Her house is so big that there may be parts that were still salvageable, but it really looks like, I mean, I'm far from an architect, but it really looks like they're just going to have to kind of gut it and start fresh. And she said that that was the first home she bought after her divorce. And so that was sort of like her independence house. And it really meant a lot to her. Although, again, she's very thankful, that her and her family are safe. And like she said, she was able to get her important documents and some jewelry and things of that nature. So, thank God. That's all you can say is just thank God. But again, I can't imagine. Yeah, people say it's just material things. But again, some of those material things mean a lot. And once they're gone, they're gone. Pictures and heirlooms and things that were passed down to you. Yes, you still have your memories here, but it can hurt. I mean, yes, clothes can be, and bags and all that stuff, but it's still a lot, and it still, hurts your heart. So, unfortunately, that's what we see that with them. And the good thing about, I guess, an inconsiderate thing, I guess to say, is the good thing about Camille is that she got other houses. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but unlike some people who would just be totally homeless. Anyway, moving on. But again, a loss is a loss. I'm not minimizing her loss at all. At all. Um, so the ladies in Provence, and they end up going on. They tour the grounds. They find a chapel. They say a prayer for the ladies. With the fire and everything, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Teddy and Dorit are playing squash, and everybody's having a good time. They take a helicopter ride to the vineyard. Let me tell y'all something. Again, the reason why I look at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is because they give me something to freaking aspire to. Okay, please understand that. They got me. Sorry, y'all. That's the people outside doing my yard. Um, Sound like they're doing something else out there, but anyway. But it's the people that doing my yard. I think they're supposed to be pruning my tree. I hope that's what they're doing right now. Anyway, girl, I got this tree in front of my walkway. Oh God, it's horrible. It's like berries or something. It's some sort of berries. Oh, they are terrible. Gosh. Anyway, moving on. So they take the helicopter ride over to the vineyard, honey. That's just how you go to a damn vineyard. You take a helicopter ride over there. You don't have to drive. What are you talking about driving? That's for peasants. And of course, Kyle, who's scared of everything, has now learned to just enjoy life and live in the moment. And she's not freaking out on the helicopter ride. And they're talking about how far she has come, right? So they get to the vineyard and they're doing their taste testing. And, when you do a wine tasting, you're not really supposed to drink the wine, although most people do. You're supposed to take a test, you're supposed to spit the rest out, switch it, and all that other stuff. They ended up doing 10 different wines. Now, Erica wasn't drinking because, again, she had the migraine and she wasn't feeling well. So, as they're drinking, of course, the ladies are getting more and more drunk, right? More and more silly, more and more giggling, more and more, you got 6 women or however many women it is drinking. It's only one sober one. I mean, at a certain point, um, they're going to get silly. And there was a little catty comment made about Lisa Vanderpump because the guy at the end was basically trying to sell them his blush, talking about not his rosé. Basically he trying to find a distributor in the United States, and of course they were looking around like, oh no, you got the wrong crowd. That's not what we do. We drink it, we don't sell it. And so they bought a Lisa Vanderpump, and of course Lisa Renner had to say, well, I don't really like her rosé, but I told her I ain't like it, and I believe Lisa said it. I mean, I'm sure if Bravo had the footage of it, they would have played it because Bravo good for playing it, but I'm pretty sure that Lisa Renner let Lisa Vanderpump know, hey, this isn't my favorite rosé. It's not my thing. Um, but as they were getting more and more silly and more drunk, Erica Jane is getting more and more irritated. Because here's the thing. When you're in a room full of drunk people and you're the only sober person, it can be irritating. When you're in that moment, when you're part of the drunk crowd, everything is funny, everything is silly, you get all the jokes, you're giggling, you're part of the moment. But when you're not drunk, you don't get it. And you're sitting there like, they irritated me. And Erica already wasn't feeling well, and they were getting on her nerves. But I really give her credit because she really tried to hang in there with them. And at a certain point, they started doing impressions, which were funny. I'm not going to lie. They were funny. They even threw a couple of digs at each other because who was it? Was it Dorit? Kyle did something, and Dorit was like, oh, that's the reason why you haven't had an acting job since you were 7? Honey, I about fell out when she said that, okay? I said, no, she didn't. Now, Erica was saying how she thought it was a little ironic that all of a sudden everybody was cool with doing impressions and everybody was cool with, bringing up each other's quirks and stuff. But when the night before, everybody was jumping on Lisa Renner about doing Erica Jane. She was like, I thought it was a little ironic. Now, I will say this. I don't quite put it in the same category because what I feel like happened was they were saying that Lisa Renner used Erica Jane as an excuse to be rude and to come at Kyle's sister. Whereas they were doing the impressions to just kind of be funny and, talk about each other's quirks. That damn impression that Kyle did of Teddy was fucking hilarious. Kyle was good. Because that walk, she had Teddy. And it's funny, I always thought Teddy's walk was weird. Not weird, but different. But I never paid attention to it until they brought it up. And they were like, and I was like, yeah, she does. She walked just like she got off a horse. And that's probably because she's been on horses so much in her life. That's probably how she sort of defaulted her walk. And she said it's funny because her husband said the same thing when she told her husband that they made fun of her walk. He was like, oh, the I just got off of a horse walk. So it was funny. Kyle even had Erica Jane down. She was like, it's okay. We're good, honey. And Erica was like, couldn't get mad because they were right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't get mad about it. So on the way back, they did drive back because by the time they left, it was dark and all that. So they drove back. And I'm pretty sure the drive might have been 45 minutes to an hour and a half, something like that. Because they flew the helicopter over, but they probably wasn't in the helicopter more than 20, 30 minutes, right? So on the ride back, they had 2 different cars because I guess they didn't have one Sprinter. They all had to ride in different cars. So Erica and Lisa rode in one car, and they basically just went to sleep, honey. They were done because Erica didn't drink, but she had a headache, so she was ready to go to sleep. Lisa did drink, and she was ready to lay down. The other car was Dorit, Teddy, and Kyle. Yeah, Dorit, Teddy, and Kyle. Okay, so on that van, they get to talking about the damn Erica Jane, Lisa Renner thing again. And Dorit was like, I'm sort of in the middle because I really do feel like Teddy and Kyle were out of order. Like, I don't feel like what they did last night was cool. They just wouldn't let it go. They wouldn't, they just kept pulling at it and pulling at it. And I really didn't feel like, I didn't agree with what they did. But on the other hand, we're all getting along. We're cool. I don't want to really necessarily rock the boat. So they get back, they're having dinner. And once again, they get to talking about the fucking Erica Jane, what's it, Halloween, not Halloween, but Farroween. And Erica was like, are we still fucking talking about that? Like, are we still having this conversation? I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of talking about it. I've said my piece. And like she told Kyle, she said, Kyle, you're not gonna make me change my mind. I feel like you want me to agree with you, or you feel like you want me to change my mind, and I'm not. It didn't bother me. I don't care. You guys are making way too much out of this. Can we move on? And Kyle and Teddy just talking about something. Well, I think you were offended. How the fuck you gonna tell me I was offended? Like, that really, really, it was irritating me. And I would have been the same way as Erica at a certain point. And they were like, well, I just don't believe you. You don't have to fucking believe me. How about that? Because at this point, I'm not interested in convincing you. You're not interested in listening to what I have to say. So at this point, let's just agree to disagree and let's fucking move on. We don't never have to come to no resolution about Farroween, ever. But understand, I didn't care. You can accept it or not. So I felt where Erica was coming from, and I was sick of it. I mean, I'm almost as sick of Farroween as I was over that damn dog the first 5 episodes. Like, I'm just really over it. And so is Erica. So then, now mind you, they're all still drunk. So let me preface it by saying they are all still drunk. So then Erica gets up to go to the bathroom because, again, she's irritated. She comes back. Well, at least I'm assuming she went to the bathroom. She ended up coming back. Now they want to start taking it. Then they take it to the other extreme and say, well, I just think you don't like hanging around us. Erica was like, what do we, how did we get here? She said, you guys are the first group of friends, female friends that I've ever really had. And I do enjoy being around you. I do enjoy spending time with you. Or I wouldn't be here. And I believe it. Because, yeah, she's on this show, but Erica don't need to check that bad. I don't, if she really hated it or it really bothered her that much, I think Erica would be like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing this show anymore. Like, she don't need it like that. She probably enjoys it, but she don't need it. And so, especially now that she's been successful with her whole Erica Jane persona, she used the show for what she wanted to use the show for, which was to springboard her with the Erica Jane. She's kind of done it. Like, so then, Erica was like, okay, look, I'm over this. I mean, if you don't want me to be a part of the group, just tell me you don't want me to be a part of the group. But I'm not getting ready to do this with y'all. Like, I'm not getting ready to sit here and do this whole, oh, you don't want to be our friend bullshit. So Erica gets up and goes to bed. Because Erica was like, look, I told y'all I had a migraine. Oh, that was why, because they brought up the whole headache thing. And Erica was like, I told y'all I had a migraine. And I feel like I did pretty damn good today to press through and do everything we did. And I didn't feel well. Like, I told y'all I didn't feel good. So now you're going to hold it against me that today I was sort of, they were like, well, you act like you weren't interested and you weren't having fun with us. She was like, because I couldn't. Because the worst thing to do with a migraine is to drink. Like, you just don't need to add to it. So even if it's wine, even if it's just light drink, and, we saw that Eric already had a daggone hangover from just drinking 2 cocktails the first night they were there. Like, and I was just like, did y'all forget what she fucking said? That she had a migraine and she didn't feel good? Like, did y'all forget that? But it's like they were making a big deal over, oh, well, since you're not going to respond the way we want you to respond over the Farroween situation, it must mean that you don't want to be our friend. And so, of course, Lisa Rinna was like, that is not, like, y'all are really taking this to the extreme. That is not what it's about. So, Lisa tells Kyle she needs to go talk to Erica. Like, you need to go talk to Erica. Because at this point, Erica left and went to bed. Kyle goes up there to talk to Erica, but instead of apologizing, which is what she fucking should have done, she starts talking about Farroween again. And Erica was like, look, I'm not doing this. She was like, I tell you what, let's go to sleep. Because she knows that Kyle is fucking drunk. You know what I mean? She knows Kyle is drunk. She's like, look, let's just go to sleep. Let's sleep on it. Because I'm not doing. So let's go to sleep on this. And we could talk maybe in the morning. So then, because again, Kyle is still dwelling on this whole Farroween situation. So then Lisa's talking to Teddy, and Teddy starts going off about, she starts having a breakdown. Like Lisa Rinna is her damn counselor, her therapist, talking about how she just wants everything to be perfect and how she's stuck on when things aren't perfect. It gives her anxiety and she doesn't like when things are just not perfect and she has to fix everything. And she said, "Well, y'all make me the fixer." And Lisa was like, "No, we don't. Nobody's ever made you fix anything." "Well, y'all say I'm the accountability person because that's what you do. That's your job. You're an accountability coach. Nobody is saying that we want you to make us accountable. We're just acknowledging what you do for a living." And so the rest of the night was basically a drunken mess. Kyle and Teddy are running around the house. Lisa then went and took a shower. They done went in Lisa room while she was in the shower. Lisa come out like soaking wet in her bathrobe. Dorit is trying to go to sleep. They done busted in Dorit's room. They went back into Erica's room. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like they were that damn drunk that they were just running all over that house. Like it was so ridiculous. And they were just giggling and it's silly. And the thing is, again, we can all have a good time and all of that. But see, the thing is, when you still drunk and we're sobering up and we're ready to go to sleep and we're ready to go on to something else, now you're becoming annoying. Now you're getting on everybody's nerves. I mean, Kyle finally had to walk Teddy back to her room. And Kyle was like, me of all people is walking her back to her room. I'm like, yeah, get her in bed. And like literally just lay there with her like, Teddy, stay in the bed. Teddy, stay in the bed. Teddy, stay in the bed. So it was a lot. It was a lot. And at the end of it all, like I said, Lisa and I think Lisa, Dorit, and Erica are kind of all on the same page. For whatever reason, Kyle and Teddy feel like they're going to make Erica feel the way Erica wants to feel. And Lisa went to talk to Erica, and Erica told her like, "Look, I don't have a problem with these ladies. They just want me to feel a certain way that I don't feel, and I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to say anything different. This is how I feel, and this is what it is." And she was like, so if that's what it's about, and Lisa was like, "No, they're just drunk. It's not, that's not what it's about, But they know that they know that they don't feel like in a sober mind they don't feel that way. But see, I feel differently. I feel like a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. If they're saying it when they're drunk, they're thinking it when they're sober. That's just how I feel about it. So y'all do feel that way. And again, Kyle and Teddy are the type of people, because Kyle does it all the time. You should feel the way I feel. And if you don't feel the way I feel, then it's wrong. And I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm wrong. That's not how this works. So anyway, that is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm pretty certain we're coming up on the reunion because they've already taped the reunion. Looks like they probably only have a couple of more episodes. But let's see what they'll be. Looks like next episode they're back. They're back in LA. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.